Good morning. I hope you are all doing well and getting ready for a wonderful day and enjoy the sunshine today. Sorry I was not able to be there with you today. I was really missing my time with you, but I hope that this video serves as a way to guide you through your practice and just kind of loosen up your body a little bit and get in touch with your center. So we're going to get started on our mats. We'll get started on our backs today. So come on down flat on your spine. You can bend your knees or keep your legs long here. Relax your shoulders into the mat. And then close your eyes or find a soft gaze. And begin to connect to our breath. Deep inhale through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. A few more times. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, release. Inhale, expand your chest, your stomach, your lungs. Exhale, let it go. Continue on your own, connecting to your breath, something that's special and unique to you. Thinking about being in the present moment right now, not what's to come or what already happened this morning, but just where you are now, connecting to your body and your soul. As you inhale, you feel your stomach rise. And put your hands kind of right near your belly button. And then as you exhale, you can feel your spine flatten out onto the mat. Really being conscious of this movement of your diaphragm, the expanding and releasing. Almost like a balloon. We're going to begin to find movement. So if your knees are not already bent, please do so. And place your hands down by your sides. Find a neck release. Just draw one ear to one side of the mat. Pull your shoulders away from your face. Pause for a breath. Really slowly move your neck on over to the other side, drawing your ear towards the mat and dragging your shoulders down away from your face. Do that a few more times, nice and slow, just rocking your head from side to side as you feel the back of your skull on the mat. Come back to neutral. And then you're just gonna begin to windshield wiper your legs from side to side. So your knees drop from the left and then over to the right. rolling from your arch of your foot and the knife edge of your foot to the other side. You can feel your sacrum on the mat here. When your legs drop to the left, let them stay there. Breathe into this posture. Inhale and exhale. Go on over to the right side. Let both knees drop to the right. Inhale and exhale. Come back through center. Bring your right knee into your chest. Hold on to your shin. And then draw circles with your knee on the ceiling or the sky if you're practicing outside as you get into your right hip crease. Option to keep your left knee bent or to straighten it out to open up through your hip flexor. Extend your right leg up to the ceiling. Keep a flex to your foot, a soft bend to your knee, and then relax your shoulders back into the mat. Roll out your ankle in either direction. Get into all those joints and kinks this morning. Flex your toes and point them. Inhale here. Exhale, draw your right leg over to the left side for a supine twist. Your right leg can be straight or bent, and you might need to bump your hips over to the center of your mat or towards the right a little. Ring out your spine. Slowly come back through center. We'll switch our sides. Bring your left knee into your chest, grasp onto your shin. Option to lengthen your right leg long here. And then draw those hip circles on the ceiling. When you are ready, extend your left leg to the sky. Flex your foot. Think about keeping your low back on the mat here. And then draw your leg towards your chest. Roll out your ankle both ways. And then that flex and point as well. Inhale here. Exhale, draw your left leg to the right side for that supine twist. Bump your hips towards the center of your mat. And here I like to put my arms out to a T, just to open up through my chest as well, if you'd like to try that. Come back through center. We're gonna get into our core a little bit. So bring your shins parallel to the mat and then arms up towards your face, palms face each other. Now really hollow out your stomach here. Stamp your low back, your entire spine into the mat. Engage your core. Option to stay here, we'll have a few options. Or option to straighten one leg at a time on a diagonal. The lower your leg goes, the harder it'll be. So as you're finding this fluid motion with your legs, if you're choosing that option, still think about keeping your low back on the mat. And then to add on, opposite arm from leg. These are called dead bugs. So left leg, right arm, right leg, left arm. Whatever variation you have chosen, we'll stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, One, really nice. Bring your knees into your chest, cusp onto your kneecaps, and then draw really small circles on the ceiling. Massage your lower back. Give your abs a rest. And then when you're ready, we will come up to a seated position. It doesn't matter which leg is in front because we are eventually going to switch them out. When you are in your seated position, you're going to draw your shoulders up towards your ears and then exhale, roll your shoulders back and down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, retract your shoulder blades down. Inhale and exhale. And bring your palms together, and this time your fingertips will touch. And as you do that, I'll kind of give you a side view here. You're going to roll back onto your sits bones as you're kind of making this C shape, so like a cat quality. And then open up your chest as your arms come out to a T. We're going to find that motion a few times. So you're rolling back on your sits bones and then coming forward, a little back bend and opening your chest. You can continue with that movement. It's kind of a seated cat-cow with arms. One more. When you're ready, place your hands down by your sides and then think about this really tall spine. So right from the base of your tailbone to the crown of your head, and draw your chin back into space so you don't have that forward head motion. Inhale, sweep your arms up high. Exhale, lateral bend on over to one side. Cactus that arm. Inhale, open your chest. Option to gaze over your fingers. Exhale, draw that hand on a diagonal as you fold forward over one knee. Spider crawl your fingers towards the center. And here you'll kind of feel your hips opening, your outer hips. And then to engage that even more, take your hands and energetically pull your palms back towards you. You're not actually moving your hands, you're just kind of creating this traction. And then kind of come on back up nice and slow. Switch out our feet and do our other side. Find that tall spine again. Inhale, sweep your arms high. Exhale, lateral bend to the other side. Inhale, open your chest, cactus your arm. And then exhale, counter that stretch into your forward diagonal fold. Spider crawl your hands to the center. Each side always feels so different, so embrace that. And then that option to isometrically drag your palms back towards you as you get a deeper outer hip stretch. Come on back up through center. I'm gonna roll out our wrists, preparing to put a little bit of weight on our wrist this morning. And then you're gonna take your thumb and each of your fingers, touch them together. All of these small little joints, and then open and close fists. And then you're just gonna rock from side to side, palms down, going from one hand to the other. Just kind of prepping your wrists for some weight bearing. And then you can flip your palms onto the other side as you rock from side to side. When you are ready, we will meet in a tabletop pose. So in tabletop, stack your shoulders over your wrists and stack your hips over your knees. Then this long spine from your tailbone to the crown of your head, and pull your belly in and up. Pause for a breath. Inhale for cow pose, drop your belly, lift your tailbone. Exhale, cat pose, round through your spine, hollow out your stomach. Inhale for cow pose, open your collarbones. Exhale for cat, look in between your knees. 2 more rounds on your own, cat and cow, anything that feels good here. When you are ready, come on back to a neutral tabletop. Readjust your fingers if you need to. And you're going to lengthen your left leg long behind you and engage your glute, your butt cheek, and then rock back and forth on the ball mound of your foot from forward to back. Stretch through your calf. Come back to neutral, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, lift your left leg, point all 5 toes towards the mat. Exhale, bring your knee into your chest. 2 more times. Inhale, leg long. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, engage your glute. Exhale, engage your core. Drop that chin, other side. Right leg long behind you. And then find that rocking motion from forward to back. Shoulders over wrists. Inhale, lift your toes off of the mat. Squeeze your butt cheek. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, leg long, 2 more. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, leg long, toes point towards the mat. Exhale, knee to chest. Drop that. You can come into either a child's pose here, if that's something that feels good, or puppy dog pose. In a puppy dog pose, you have your hips over your knees, just like in tabletop, and then just walk your hands out slowly in front of you as you drop your chest towards the mat. And if that's too much, you can always come down to your forearms too. Pause for a breath. Come back up to tabletop, wherever you are at. Walk your hands a half a handprint in front of you. Turn your fingers out on a slight diagonal. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips for downward facing dog. You're going to press the mat away with your fingers and your palms, and pulling the mat away with your feet and your toes. Sink your heels as much as you can. Think about being in an inverted V shape. A lot of times we want to look up rather than straining your neck here. Let it gaze in between your feet. If you need to pedal out from one knee into the other, please feel free. And then slowly lift your heels and walk towards your hands. When you get there, bring your feet wider than hip width distance for a ragdoll fold. A generous bend to your knees. Let your head hang heavy. You can grab onto opposite elbows if you would like. Ever so slowly, come up to a standing position, vertebrae by vertebrae. We're going to meet in mountain pose. So in mountain pose, really feel all four corners of your feet engaged here and kind of getting equal balance and equal weight. So not too much on your toes and not too much on your heels, really balanced. Close your eyes for a moment if you would like. Come back to your breath. Inhale and exhale. Step your left leg behind you. So they're going to be about maybe 3 feet apart and your right knee is bent. And then you're just going to come up onto the ball mound of your foot. Your hands can come to heart center if you'd like. And then sink your heel back towards the mat. I'm going to do that a few times, lifting your heel and then bringing it back to the earth. Option to stay here, or if you would like to add the arms on overhead. And then this cactus lat pull down as you engage your lats. Inhale, all comes up, long line of energy. Exhale, pull down. 2 more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. You can bring your feet back to parallel. You can step your right leg behind you, again, that kind of 3 foot distance, and bend to your left knee, hands to heart center, and then lift up onto the ball mound of your foot, sink your heel lower. Inhale and exhale, really nice. A few more like this. And then we'll add our arms. Inhale, arms long. Exhale, cactus, lat pull down. Find that energy. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. 1 more. Inhale, exhale. Step your feet together. Come back to that mountain pose. So feet are not too wide and they don't need to be touching, only if you would like. If you want kind of a solid foundation here, you're going to bring your hip points right over your 3rd and 4th toe. So that's hip width distance. Inhale, sweep your arms high. Exhale, lateral bend to the right. Left arm overhead. Inhale, cactus your arm, finding that flow again. Exhale for a diagonal stretch and reach. Inhale, both arms high. Exhale, cactus your arms, puff out your chest. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, mountain pose. Other side. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, lateral bend to the left. Inhale for cactus, half cactus. Exhale, diagonal reach. It's like you're trying to grab onto a rope. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, goal post your arms. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, mountain pose. Beautiful. I'm gonna come into chair pose. So feet are still hip width distance apart. When you are ready, bend your knees, sink your hips as low as you would like. And then option for arms here, hands at heart center, out in front of you. Either way, just really think about pulling your stomach up and in. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, come to standing. Squeeze your butt cheeks, your glutes. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, stand. We're going to find these squats a few more times. Inhale, chair. Exhale, stand. Inhale, chair. Sink lower if you can. Exhale, stand. 1 more. Chair. And mountain pose. Really nice. Inhale, chair. This time, bring your arms out in front of you. Again, engage your core. Exhale, open arm twist. Draw one hand behind you. So really think about your arms, this long line of energy from fingertip to fingertip, and then soften your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale back through center. Exhale, open arm twist to the other side. And then gaze down at your knees and make sure that they're trying as best as they can to face forward. So they're not totally to one side, but they're towards the top, looking towards the top of your mat. Inhale, center. Exhale, let that go. Half sun A. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge at your hips, nice and slow. Fold over your legs. Bring that bend to your knees again. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your hands to your shins. Flatten out your spine. Retract your shoulder blades. And then release, forward fold, round through your spine. Lift your hips high. Ever so slowly, come on up to stand. When you get there, your arms fly high. Exhale, hands to heart center. I'm going to do our half sun A one more time. Inhale, sweep your arms to the ceiling. Exhale, swan dive forward. Bend to your knees. Let your head hang heavy. Halfway lift, hands to shins. Iron out your spine. Pull your stomach in here. Let that go, forward fold. On your next inhale, come on up to stand. Follow your breath. Bring your arms high. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Really nice. We're gonna come down to a tabletop, so however you would like to get there. So that same idea as we did at the beginning of our class. So take a breath here when you get into tabletop. And let it go. And then walk your hands to meet your knees. Coming into thunderbolt pose. You're just sitting on your heels here. And then when you're ready, come on up onto your shins and step your right leg in front. And totally fine if you need to use your hand, whatever is best to get into this Anjaneyasana. So in Anjaneyasana, just begin to kind of find these little dips or lunges as you get into your hip creases, open up your hip flexor, finding equal weight and balance. Pause in your Anjaneyasana. Please make sure that your knee is over your ankle and not too far forward. Inhale, sweep your arms up high. Exhale, open arm twist to the right towards your bent knee. Bring your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale here. Exhale, exalted warrior. Drop your right hand to your left thigh and your left hand up to the sky. So inhale back to easy twist. Exhale, exalted warrior. One more. Open arm twist. Exalted warrior. Open arm twist. Bring your hands to heart center, still twisted. And then lean forward as you connect your left elbow to your right thigh. Press into your hands. Release that. Bring your hands to the mat. You can use blocks here if that is more accessible. And all I want you to do is straighten your right leg as much as you can. So half splits here. And as you straighten your leg, your right toes will start to come off of the mat. So flex your toes. And then draw your right leg bone, your femur, back into its hip socket. So draw your right hip back into space. Rebend your right knee. Plant your palms back to that tabletop where we started. Walk your hands to your knees. Thunderbolt pose. Pause for a breath. Come up onto your shins and step your left leg in front for Anjaneyasana. Find those little lunges. And when you're done with that, inhale, sweep your arms up high in your Anjaneyasana. Exhale, open arm twist to the left, kind of a balance challenge here. Inhale here. Exhale, exalted warrior, another balance challenge. Bring your left fingertips to your right thigh and your right arm to the sky. You're going to open up through your right side body here. Back through open arm twist. Inhale. Exhale, exalted warrior. Inhale, open arm twist last time. Exhale, exalted warrior. Inhale, open arm twist. Hands pressed together at your heart. And then lean forward as you connect your right elbow to your left knee. You can find as little or as deep of a twist as you would like here. Bring your hands to the mat. As you hinge your hips back, straighten your left knee as much as you would like, and flex your left toes. Again, draw your left hip back into space so you're not popping your left hip out. It's really kind of squaring your hips. Rebend your left knee through tabletop to downward facing dog. This is your last down dog for the morning. Really embrace this shape. And then ever so slowly lift your heels, walk your feet to your hands. And when you're ready, slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, come on up to stand. We're going to find our chair pose again. So find your feet at hip width distance, bend your knees, sink your hips. This time bring your hands to heart center. And you're just going to lift one heel and then the next. So your knees are still bent, really working into some calf strength here. We'll stay for 3, 2, challenge if you would like to try both for an extra balance, and 1. Nice. Feet flat on the mat. Inhale your arms long. Exhale, bend your elbows and bring them into your midline, so almost kind of like a robot pose. Inhale, tricep extension. Extend your arms behind you. Engage your triceps. Exhale, back through your midline. Inhale, arms long. Exhale to your midline. Inhale, tricep extension. Exhale, midline one more time. Inhale, arms long. Exhale, pull it down like you're swimming through water. Inhale, tricep extension, nice and slow. Engage your muscles. Exhale, center. Inhale, long. Exhale, come to stand, and you can shake that out. I'm going to come into some balance. So you're going to bring weight into your right foot. And I like to use my other foot kind of as a kickstand initially as I get grounded into my right foot. So really that equal weight in all 4 points of your feet. And then when you're ready, grab onto your hip points and bring your left knee towards your chest. This is one-legged Tadasana. Always an option to hold on to something nearby. And then a different variation with arms and hands at heart center, out into a tree pose, whatever feels good. And then if you would like to extend your left leg long, and then really drawing that femur back into its socket as you square off your hips too. Whatever variation you are in, one breath. Let that go, other side. We're gonna be bringing weight into our left foot, so find that kickstand with your right toes. And then when you feel stable and ready, you begin to lift your right toes off of the mat into that one-legged Tadasana. Really think about engaging your core here. All those variations apply to this side too. Whatever you want to do with your arms, and then that option to extend your foot out, flex your foot, and then drawing your right hip back into place. Pause for a breath, and let that go. Really nice. I'm gonna come into our Warrior Two poses. I'm gonna have you find Warrior Two on the right side. So here, your right toes are facing towards the short end of your mat, and your left toes are facing towards the long end of your mat. And then draw an imaginary line from your heel to the arch of your foot so that you know you're in alignment. Bring a nice bend to your right knee, and then this long line of energy with your left leg. Lengthen your arms out long and gaze over your front fingertips. Stay for your inhale and your exhale. Inhale, high triangle, straighten your legs, bring your hands to touch overhead, and really open up through your side bodies. And then back to Warrior Two. We're gonna move dynamically between those two poses. Inhale, high triangle. Exhale, Warrior Two. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Flip your front palm to the sky. Reverse warrior. Keep that bend to your front knee. Exhale, side angle as you bring your right forearm to your right thigh. So pull up on your right oblique here. And really firm up through your left leg. Stay for a breath. Come back to reverse warrior. And then back to Warrior Two. So here this is called archer's lunge. So you're just gonna kind of switch the bend in your knee. So your arms are out long in Warrior Two. Archer's lunge, as you bend your left knee, straighten your right leg, and lift your right toes. Back to Warrior Two. Archer's lunge. You're kind of shifting weight here. Warrior Two. One more. Archer's lunge. Warrior Two. Flip your palm, inhale, reverse warrior. Now you're gonna pivot off of your left heel, come onto the ball mound of your foot as you face the front of your mat for a high lunge. Inhale here, that bend is still to your right knee. Exhale, dip and bend your left leg. Inhale to straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. One more. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale. Exhale, open up back to Warrior Two. Pivot your back foot flat. Pause for a breath. and we'll switch our sides. So bring your right foot towards the long end of your mat, and then your left toes facing the other short end. That same intention with your feet, and then a nice bend to your left knee. Lengthen your arms out long, soften your shoulders, and then again, draw that chin back into space so it's not too forward. Inhale and exhale. High triangle, inhale, straighten your legs, bring your arms up high, fingertips to touch. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, high triangle. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale and exhale. Flip your left palm to the sky. Reverse warrior, open up through your side body. Windmill your arms to side angle. Left forearm to left thigh. Here you can bring your arm on overhead if you would like, or keeping it up towards the sky. Lift up through your left oblique. Shape shift, reverse warrior. Warrior two, coming into that archer's lunge. We're just kind of shifting weight here. Straighten your left leg, bend your right knee, lift your left toes. Back to warrior two. Archer's lunge. Warrior two. One more. Archers. Warrior two. Flip your palm, reverse warrior, and then pivot off of that back foot, nice and slow as you find your balance into high lunge. Keep that bend to your left knee. Inhale here. Exhale, hands to heart center as you dip your right knee. Inhale. Exhale, lunge. Inhale. Exhale, two more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then pivot your back foot flat to finish in warrior two. Stay for a breath. Really nice. We're going to go breath to movement with quite a bit of the stuff that we've done in class today. So all things that you have seen. So you can just follow along, do the best that you can, and really lead with your breath. So think about your inhales and your exhales and really connecting to your breath as you move, kind of like a meditation and movement. So bring your feet hip width distance apart. Inhale, raise your arms high. Exhale, lateral bend to the right. Inhale, cactus your left arm. Exhale, diagonal reach. Inhale, upward salute, arms high. Exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, mountain pose. Inhale, chair pose, sink your hips. Exhale, stand, squeeze your glutes. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, open arm twist to the right. Drop your right hands behind you. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, as you step out to warrior two, bend your right knee. Stay for a breath here as you find your footing. Inhale, high triangle. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, high triangle, straighten your leg. Exhale, warrior two. Flip your palm, inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Stay for a breath. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, archer's lunge. Bend your left knee, straighten your right. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, archers. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Keep that bend to your front knee. Exhale, pivot on your back foot for that high lunge. Inhale and high lunge. Exhale, drop your left knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, pivot your back foot flat, warrior two. Pause here. Bring your hands to your hip points. Pivot your right toes so they all are facing the long edge of your mat. And then heel toe your foot, so kind of just walking your feet back to hip width distance. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, lateral bend to the left. Inhale, cactus your right arm. Exhale, diagonal reach. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, up. Exhale, mountain pose. Inhale, chair. Exhale, stand, squeeze your glutes. Inhale, chair. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. Inhale, chair. Exhale as you step your left leg into warrior two. Staying for a breath. Inhale, high triangle, straighten your legs. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, high triangle. Exhale, warrior two. Flip your front palm. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Stay for a breath. Inhale, reverse warrior. Keep that bend to your front knee. Exhale, warrior two. Bring your arms to a T. Inhale, archer's lunge. Bend your right knee, straighten your left. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, archers. Exhale, warrior two. Flip your palm. Inhale, reverse warrior. Pivot on your back foot into that high lunge. Bend to your left knee. Inhale here. Exhale, dip your right knee, lunge. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend your knees. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, warrior two. Pivot your back foot flat. Pause for a breath. Bring your hands to your hip points. Face all 10 toes to the long edge of your mat. Tick-tock your feet. Back towards center, hip width distance apart. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, hands to heart center. Really nice job, yogis. We're going to come into one more balancing pose before we get to our floor seated postures as we close our practice. We're going to come into tree pose. Bring some weight into your left foot, and then that kickstand with your right toes. Open up your right knee to the side, but make sure your hip points are still facing forward. And then you can bring your sole of your foot to your calf, or even up into your inner thigh if you would like. Or you can just keep it at a kickstand, whatever you would like. Find that variation and the arms that feel good for you. Again, always a choice to find a place in your room for balance to hold on to. Release that other side. Bring weight into your right foot. Come onto your left toes. Open your left knee to the side. Keep your hip points facing forward. tree pose. Really press into your big toe here. Try not to fall into the arch of your foot. Pause for a breath. Release that. Come on down to a seated position. And cross your legs here. Just come back to your breath. Take some deep inhales and exhales. You're going to draw one ear to one shoulder and then just kind of releasing your neck around to the other side. You can find those half circles as slow as you would like. Bring your head back up through neutral. Place your hands on your kneecaps, and then just begin to find circles with your chest, your torso going from the right, forward, left, and back. And then you can go the other way, kind of like a can opener. Bring your spine to neutral. Make sure you're on both sits bones here. Inhale, sweep your arms up high. Exhale, twist on over to the right. Bring your left palm to your right knee. And then here, option to gaze over your left knee to open up your traps, the upper part of your shoulder. Come on back up through center, raise your arms high, and then over on to the left for a seated spinal twist. Right hand on left knee. Then again, if you would like to gaze over your right knee, release that. You're gonna lengthen your left leg long and keep the sole of your right foot into your left inner thigh here. And so this can be as narrow or as wide as you would like. Today I'm gonna go a little bit wider. Inhale, reach your arms up high along the spine. Exhale, fold forward towards that straight leg. And here you're gonna feel it in the backside of your leg as well as your lower back. And you can kind of crawl your fingers around to see what feels good. So maybe it's a little bit more towards the center or more towards your toes, or maybe you're just at your thigh for today. Whatever works. You can play around with that. Walk your hands back up through center. We'll switch our sides. Lengthen your right leg long. Bring the left sole of your foot to your inner thigh. And then that long spine, arms high. Exhale, fold over your straight leg. Again, finding that same care and intention on this side. Really kind of exploring in your body what feels good. Each side's going to feel really different. Come on back through center. You're going to bend your knees. And they're going to be pretty wide, so not too close, but probably the width of your mat. And then place your hands back behind you. And then just windshield wiper your legs from side to side. Kind of how we started class on our backs, but here seated. And then ever so slowly, you can come onto your spine, lay flat on your back. And you're going to bring your shins parallel to the mat again, into that dead bug position. So hollow out your stomach here. Think about your belly button going towards the mat. Here, I want you to drop your knees over towards the left slightly as your arms go towards the right. So it's kind of like a twist. Come back through center, and then drop your knees to the right as your hands come to the left. Come through center, twist. You're kind of coming onto your left butt cheek here, hands to the right, through center, and then coming onto your right butt cheek and hip, hands go left. You can take these as slow or as fast as you would like. Obviously, the more you drop your knees, the bigger twist that you create, the harder it'll be to come back through center. Really working on our obliques and our core here. And you can always just stay here too. This is enough work. Release that, bend your knees, let your hands down by your sides. Coming into bridge pose, so bring your heels back towards your glutes, point your toes and your knees towards the front of your mat. Press your forearms and your hands into the mat. Inhale, lift your hips. Squeeze your glutes. Gaze straight up towards the ceiling. And then come on back down and do that one more time. Inhale for bridge pose. If bridge pose is not in your practice, you can just keep your hips on the mat and just kind of lift your arms overhead. And that always feels good too. Wherever you are at, come on back down. You're going to grab onto something that's accessible on your right leg, your thigh, your calf, maybe your foot for a half happy baby. So draw your right knee into your right armpit. And again, whatever feels good here. Keep your sacrum, your low back on the mat. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh for a reclined figure 4. Draw your knees towards your chest. And then you can grab onto whatever feels good here for an extra pull to get into your outer hip. Maybe your hands are still by your sides. Plant your left foot on the mat. Cross your right leg over your left, like you're sitting in a chair. And then as your knees, both knees, fall to the left, you're going to bump your hips to the right. You're kind of in this pretzel twist. Come back through center, unwind. Make your spine flat again. And then we're going to do that half happy baby on your left side. So draw your left knee into your left armpit as you hold on to something that is accessible. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Recline figure 4. Draw your knees into your chest as you open up your left outer hip. Think about keeping your shoulders on the mat here rather than having them lifted up. Relax your shoulders. Plant the sole of your right foot on the mat. Cross your left leg over your right. Bump your hips to the left as your knees fall to the right. So that pretzel twist. Come back through center. I'm going to find one full happy baby, kind of end symmetrically here. We'll grab onto your knees, your thighs, your feet, whatever feels good. You can rock back and forth. Bring your knees into your chest. Wrap your hands and your arms around your shins. Give yourself some love. Inhale here. Exhale into your Shavasana. Shavasana can look different for a lot of people, so whatever is comfortable. Maybe you're on your side, maybe you have blankets or pillows or blocks. Maybe you're flat on your back, maybe you have your knees bent, whatever feels good. This is the time for you to be mindful and just to simply be. Call it a conscious rest. Let's take a community breath together here. Inhale and exhale. You can stay in Shavasana as long as you would like. If you are ready to be guided out of this class, begin to breathe deeper. Find some movement in your toes and your fingers. Roll out your wrists and your ankles. Reach your arms overhead for a good morning stretch. And then roll onto one side using your bicep as a pillow to fetal pose. A chance to reawaken. And then ever so slowly come on up to a seated position. You can keep your eyes closed if you would like. We're going to bring our hands to heart center. Take a deep inhale here. Fill up. Exhale, release. Send yourself some gratitude right now for doing something so lovely for your body and your soul and your mind. Also send some love to someone in your life right now, someone you really care about. You're going to bring your index and your middle finger from one hand right onto the middle part of your collarbone here. It's kind of the seat of gratitude. Just take a moment to think about something you are really grateful for. It can be small, it can be big, it can be personal, it can be more worldly. Something that is positive and good. Bringing your hands back to heart center, drawing your thumbs up to your third eye center in between your eyebrows, your seat of intuition. In love and light and gratitude. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining this virtual yoga gentle flow vinyasa class. You guys did awesome. Again, I'm so sorry I was not able to be there for you today. Sure did miss you, but I hope this gave you some comfort and some movement in your day and just kind of got you started off on the right foot. And you can always come back to it too, which is nice. I will talk to you soon. Take care. Thanks again.